everybody. How are you guys this evening?
Good. How you doing?
Doing good. With me, as
I'm
always, I got
doing
Filia
good.
Noctis.
Hello, my nectophiliacs.
I got Mina.
Hi everyone.
And then I've managed to capture me the rare and elusive Viidith22.
How's it going?
Can
Sure,
I
but
feed him Reese's Pieces?
Sure.
I don't know.
I'm
Does
sure he'll
he eat
appreciate
Reese's
that.
Pieces?
Yes, one of my favorites.
Everybody eats Reese's Pieces. That's like a sin if you don't.
I don't.
Alright, well, real quick, let's just say
I
hi to the people in the
can't
chat.
eat them.
Oh, still cardinal sin.
It's a peanut butter thing.
Yeah, it's a peanut butter thing.
We got As the Raven Dreams. What's up,
Mhm.
Raven? We got
It's
Hey,
Creepy
very
Clown
bud.
excited. We
Girl.
got here really early.
Yeah, you did.
Right?
Got Creepy Clown Girl. Hey, CC.
Hi, Cece.
Hi, CC.
Got Pam. What's up, Pam? How you doing?
Pam.
We're raising narratives.
What's up, Hair?
Hey,
Hey,
Hair.
Grizzly's in the house.
I need to check out that channel because I haven't checked that one out.
Yeah, Hair raising.
Yes.
If you guys haven't checked him out, please do.
Josie.
What's up, Bestie? All right.
Do we have a lot of people that are
Okay.
lurking? I think we have lurker. Well,
So we have some lurkers.
yeah, we
All
have
right.
lurkers today.
Well, chat.
That's okay.
I'm gonna have
Everybody
Viidith
make
introduce-
sure that
Good.
you like the stream, please.
Right, because I see 2. What
Hey,
the
chat.
heck,
6.
people? Oh, okay.
All right, chat. So I'm gonna have Viidith introduce himself. Tell him what his
Oh,
channel's
okay. Now I
about,
see 11.
And while he's doing that, I want you guys to think of some questions to ask your boy. Take it away, Vid.
All right. Hi, I'm Viidith22. I'm a narrator on YouTube. Mostly what I do about my channel is kind of stories that you don't really hear for some of the, I guess, mainstream stuff, like astral projection and cryptid stuff and voodoo doll stuff and all that kind of thing. Like anything that's would capture my attention that is not really touched on too much from other narrators, from some of the people who have been around for decades. So I was trying to kind of make my own lane in that. But it's a fun time. And I try to upload every day, and if I miss a day, then I'm probably sick or something happened.
Yeah, I noticed there for like 5 or 6 days you hadn't been uploading anything, and I'm like, I miss my daily uploads from Viidith. I want my uploads because your channel is what I use to drive to whenever I'm driving to and from work for that hour commute of mine.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. I feel honored.
And if
Hi,
you don't give me
Sarahs.
anything, I give Raven a listen.
High Stairs and where's the other one I just saw
Dark
come
Horse
in?
Tales.
Dark Horse.
Yes, Dark Horse Tales.
Yeah. So
Yo,
my
Sarah.
what's that, Bard? Viidith. Sorry. By the way, Chet, I'm not feeling well, so if I interrupt him by mistake or call him the wrong name, it's probably that.
No, you're good. I was just saying what's up to Sarah's death.
She's amazing. She really is.
Yeah, but my usual is I usually make sure I listen to Raven and Creepy Ghost Stories while I'm at work, and then I listen to you on the way home.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. I have one announcement I'd like to make. I know that you guys are all used to our very casual way of doing things, and we are going to stick with that format. One of the things we are going to change, though, is our shout outs when people come into our chat room. We are no longer we are no longer going to be interrupting our guests with shout outs. We are going to wait until our guest is finished speaking and before the next question is asked. So you guys will be shouted out probably in groups now. So everything else is pretty much going to be the same, but no more interrupting the guests. So with that being said, hi everybody, welcome to chat.
I
So
think this is the Viidith.
Yes.
I'm not sure, Josie. I think that's who you're directing that to. Because I love your narrations, but oh my God, your music. How do you channel your creativity?
Oh Lord. So this is probably, I don't know if this applies to everyone, but if it's like, because I have insomnia, I have comorbid insomnia, which means like my thoughts essentially keep me awake, and it could be whenever I'm right about to go to sleep is whenever motivation hits me at random, and I have to get up and do something about it, or I just won't go to sleep. And so it'll hit me at like 4 in the morning, and that's when when I used to post like half my music was like right in the middle of the night, because it would just I felt like I would lose it if I tried to wait till the next day, and it just hit me at a random for the most part.
My dad used to keep a pad and paper, pad of paper and a pen next to the bed.
It's
And
a
when
good
he would wake up in the middle of the night, he'd just start writing. My mom said he would wake up and he's sitting there writing something on the paper. And I wish I could remember. Well, I actually have a pad of paper here. I just don't write it down.
it's a good idea, definitely. I know that a lot of people are like, oh, I have this $1 million idea that I thought of at like 4 a.m. and then I fell asleep and forgot it. I guess it's that kind of thing too.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm a huge advocate for like having something by your bed, or acting on something or writing it down or whatever, if it's in the middle of the night.
I feel I actually have that really bad insomnia too, and that's one of the things that I come up with an idea that I think is really awesome. I can't sleep until I write it down. My brain won't let me. It will obsess on the thought until I write it down, so I know I don't forget it. So I feel that.
Exactly.
So what got you started? What made you want to start your channel, dude?
Honestly, okay. So I've covered this before some other times, but I know there's a lot of people that don't really know about it. I started my entire channel because before YouTube, I was on DeviantArt and I posted poetry on DeviantArt. And I'm like, okay, I need a failsafe in case something happens to DeviantArt, or if somebody just goes into my account and gets all my stuff or that kind of thing. So like, I need,
Because DeviantArt is bad for that.
yeah, and it freaked me out. And I was like, okay, I need to have somewhere else to put it. So I would record my stuff with a stock still image and no background noise. I would put it on YouTube. And I had like 7 or 8 or 9 of my little 3-minute poems, and then I think it was a unit that I talked to first, and then from unit I just kind of went from there and went into more storytelling, because that was what a lot of people that I asked wanted to do, was storytelling. Yeah. They're like, oh yeah, we're not interested in like the poetry stuff. Here's a story that's like 10 minutes long. Just read this for me. I'll put it in a big compilation video or whatever. I'm like, okay, that works. Sure, why not? But I just kind of went from there.
Cool.
So what kept you doing horror specifically?
I think it was after a while, I really got into it, because horror is a very vast genre, and anything can scare someone, right? It can go anything from, say there's a dark being, something or other in the closet, to really Lovecraftian type horror, where like everything is terrible and we're the small speck in the universe in the grand scope of things, and like existentialist, and there's a billion different ways you can implement horror into stuff. And I think it was just such a broad topic that I wanted to try it, because I think I'd never get tired of it, because if I stick with like one thing for like cryptids or whatever, then I can just move on to something else and it'll still be considered horror, but it'll be a breath of fresh air to it.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Nice.
Cool.
Kind of why I started writing my own stories, because I try to like make stories that nobody else, but like there's all those true let's not meet and just the generic creepypastas that people kept recycling and just slightly making different. And I'm like, you can do. I figured out I could write, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna make my stuff different. And that's why a lot of my stuff has Greek mythology in it.
Hell yeah.
Which is cool.
You
Hey,
still gonna write me
Boggs.
that?
Boggs official's here.
Hey, Box.
Hi, Bog.
What's up, dude?
PA, you still writing me that Medusa story?
Yeah, I just got to get around to it. You got to keep reminding me.
Every once in a while, I
gotta remember. I gotta also remember what the actual idea was.
I found this picture, and I was looking for a picture for a Greek Hades and Persephone poem that I wrote, that I was narrating, and I found this picture of Medusa, and I was like, oh my God, this is gorgeous. I really need something to go with this. And he said, I'll write you a story. And I was like, okay.
Did I have like an actual idea? Because I feel like I had an idea and now I can't remember it.
I don't remember you having an actual idea that you told me. You may have had one, but you didn't tell me.
I'll come up with something then.
So,
Curious
Viidith,
question.
Yes.
I was just gonna say, do I get a chance, guys? You do tend to do the different than a lot of other people, which I really like, because everybody does cryptids and everybody does skinwalkers, and oh God, I am sick to death of the forest creatures. And I personally have always preferred ghosts and demons and possessions and stuff like that. So going on that, the stuff that you do, what is more of your favorite, of the possessions or hauntings or astral projections? What's your favorite to do stories of?
It used to, for the longest time, it was astral projection, but I think recently, for like the past 6 months or so, I've fallen in love with like existentialism and that kind of horror, where like, what's a good example of it without spoiling anything? Say like somebody's looking through a telescope and they see that like at the end of the telescope there's just another silhouette of a being above, that we're like, we are the smallest speck of a universe compared to there's other creatures around us and bigger than us, and we're just, in the middle of nowhere, basically. Or the stories about say somebody gets lost into a space and then their mind starts playing tricks on them, and then they don't know where they're going to go, and the only person they're able to talk to is themselves and their conscience, and it's
yeah.
to I guess humanity in that way. And I'm loving the hell out of those recently.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. Awesome.
Sarah's does ask, do you have a specific poet you have enjoyed?
So I was kind of a nerd as a kid.
What was
I read a lot of Shakespeare stuff, but it wasn't really something that was like inspiring for me. I was just like, okay, that's cool. His language is interesting. Never heard of that before. Or there's 4 other different words that I never heard before. But I guess if it would be for inspiring, I found some stuff from Robert Frost, and ironically, I found some stuff on DeviantArt that actually resonated with me. Like, not just the ones like, oh, it's a 1-2-1-2, this is, I am darkness and despair and that kind of poetry. It's more like really deep and heartfelt stuff, or like some that's like poses a question afterwards.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool. My
I'm
here.
Because I used to memorize Robert Frost just for fun.
Hell yeah.
We had an English teacher who, on Thursdays, I think it was, she wanted us to have some kind of poetry memorized to present to the class, or some kind of short prose, and we could never do the same author. We had to do different writers. And I did A Road Not Taken one time, and that story that he tells in that poem has always got me. It's 2 roads diverge, and Yellowwood, and I took the road that was less traveled, and
it really sticks with you after a while.
It does. And the thing is that I look back at my life and I kind of followed that so far. I'm not leaving anybody, guys. But and I look at some of the other ones that I memorized back then, and you couldn't get. The only one I think I could recite right now is the Fog, which I can't even remember who it's by. I could probably come up with that in a little bit, but
So
they all went in that type of circle.
Yeah.
You know, they all came into that. And the thing is that that is also kind of horror. You
Yeah,
know, horror always it takes a circle where it's going to take you where you don't know where you're going,
yeah,
and you might be the first one that actually has been there, or you're the first one that's telling about it.
so Vid,
Yes.
it's a generic question, but considering where you started from with doing poetry, what advice would you give someone who's just starting out? Because you kind of came out different. You kind of started differently than most people.
For to coming out on the YouTube scene, basically.
Yeah, coming out to bust out some narrations.
Okay.
Or the rap
so,
game, either or, or
Christ.
both.
Um, so I guess for narration standpoint, ask for permission by far from any of the stories that you write. If you need help with music, there's a whole bunch of free music out there. You can use Muji, you could use COAG if you credit them, and that kind of like. There's a whole bunch of different.
I love Alan.
Music for themselves. Yeah, they're very understandable and really cool and all that. As well as that, make sure to noise reduce things. You don't need a perfect mic. You don't even really need a good mic. It's how you essentially engineer it, more or less. Because you can be talking on a $12 Logitech little crummy little mic, and it'll still have that sound that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Software, definitely use Audacity as a side note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's free. It's
Yeah, it's
free, and
And it's
very
great for
powerful.
beginners.
So, Serious wanted to know how'd you come up with your name, essentially?
So this is not as climactic as people expect it to be. It was me and my buddy, and we were just sitting around. I don't know what we were doing. We were sitting around in high school, and he thought of the word, or I thought of a vid, like a YouTube video, and then he thought, oh, what's another way we can try to change that or make it sound like really cool? Because we were thinking like some like dark type something or other. I don't know what we were doing it for, but I thought of the word Viidith because I took the word vid and I just added, I don't know, some other gibberish that I had in my head. 22 was a completely random number that had no meaning or bearing in any way. It was just something that was like, okay, that's symmetrical. That's really, it's not symmetrical, but it's it's both the same number. It's really cool, whatever.
It's an even number.
Yeah, exactly. And we put it together, and I just kept it as my email for like the last decade, and I just started all of my social media and stuff with that name, and it just kind of stuck.
That's great.
Yeah, I had this thing in my head that it had you got the 22 from Unit 422. Yeah.
Oh, that would have been good. Oh man.
I always thought it was kind of like a Darth Vader thing. And then I like the 22 because it in Roman numerals I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was like 1122, kind of I don't know. I just thought it balanced out really well, and it sounded, I just liked it. I put more thought into it than I should have.
So,
Raven is telling everybody he has music people can use. Just ping him.
and it's not mediocre, Raven. It's good music. I really like it.
Right. It's very nice music.
But so Vid,
You also
Oh,
go ahead, Mia. I'll ask after you. Go ahead.
Viidith, you mentioned COAG, who I use more than anybody else, honestly. Mew is out there as well. I don't know who else did you ask?
Kevin MacLeod is really good as well.
I use a lot of Kevin MacLeod.
I couldn't.
Dark Somnium.
I actually was going to use his music in one video that's getting ready to come out when I get it done. But I couldn't find what I needed with him. so I didn't
The-
use it.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm sorry. I got to read this comment. The 2-2 could also be BB, like Viidith is a beautiful baby BB.
Because he's your beautiful baby boy.
You're a beautiful
Oh.
baby boy.
And 242 also said that 42 is a better number.
You're not wrong. I wholeheartedly agree.
So,
I don't know. I think it depends on what team you're batting for, and what side of the fence you're on.
so good.
Yes.
Well, when you started narrating from poems to stories, it's a two-part question. Did you have any issues with like narrating and getting the inflection? And if so, what was the hardest story you ever had to read, emotion-wise? Like, you know, just like it was just like that. Like was there like that one story that either it hit you in the feels or because of how it was written, it was just a massive pain in the ass?
Oh Lord, yes. So getting the inflection was not. I was rusty, of course. I needed to sort of learn what I was doing from there, and I had to do like fucking 30, 40 videos before I really got what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But after a while, it just kind of became, just the thing that I do, and it just became muscle memory and all that. But oh, let me think. One of the stories that really had messed with me. I read it a while back. I think it was called The Old Man and the Sea. Or it wasn't. Yeah, that's a book. But
Yeah,
it was
that's
The Old Man of Trinidad. A long time ago, and it's one that, because first of all, I was trying to I was used to my own voice and not so much trying to have different inflections and changing the sound of my own voice. It was just my speaking voice basically. And so I had to voice both the narrator, this kid, and then this old man who was also like an apparition more or less, which is not a spoiler because that's what it says in the first like 10 minutes or whatever. But
Right.
I had to change between those different types of vocals, and whenever I was reading it, because by the end it's fucking heartbreaking. It's a crushing story. And it's one that I had it's still one of my favorites. But
Nice.
it it hit me in the feels by far. It's the one that sticks with me.
Nice. So Raven asked if you weren't doing narrations, but you could choose what you did to be successful. What would you choose?
Definitely music. I would love to do some kind of music.
definitely have a great talent with your music. And
You do.
as a singer, because I did a lot of professional singing when I was younger. I can tell you that it's not half-assed.
Oh yeah. Well, I appreciate it. It's fun. I like doing it. I use it as a break half the time whenever I'm narrating stuff.
Teresa had another question. How do you handle
Yeah.
stress when you're narrating? Any good tips?
Okay, so I'll do one with, say, while I'm narrating and then afterwards, or if I'm about to try and hype myself up for a story. So whenever I am narrating, if I got stressful and flustered and all that stuff, I'll pause it and lay down on my bed for like 5 minutes, and so I can just totally clear my head and just relax for a little bit, so I can get out of getting all tense and freaked out.
Yeah.
Afterwards, the editing process is long and tedious, but I find it better than reading because it's already done. I just have to cut it up. But for beforehand, for hyping myself up for a story, that's still something I have to figure out. Because there's times I'm like, I don't want to read today. Like, I don't want to narrate stuff. Like, I'm just not feeling it. But I guess one thing that had helped me with that is thinking that trying to keep up with a daily schedule, it's like kind of a necessity for me. Is like, okay, I need to post every day. There's no question of if I'm going to read today or tomorrow, and then it might snowball into a week and a half, and I just don't narrate anything. And I get more of a necessity.
I get like that with the fibro and stuff, fibromyalgia.
Yeah.
And if I try and force it, it does for
Lost her, I think.
Yeah,
at least for a moment. Yeah, and
oh, is she back?
are you back? You have to realize she is in eastern Arizona right now instead of where she normally is, and there's therapy.
I know I'm about 5,000 feet higher in elevation.
Yeah, and her your cell connection doesn't work, but your internet is fabulous.
Right.
If that makes any sense. Okay, we got a couple of different things here. Random question: what's your favorite? It's going away too fast. What is your favorite restaurant, and what do you order? What do you order? Raven, what are you taking him out for dinner?
He's making sure he's getting it locked down.
Not that would be a bad thing, but
Go for it. Shit, I'm single. But I guess my favorite that's hard. I guess because my favorite food is not necessarily my favorite restaurant, but I'll say my favorite restaurant in this context is, I guess, Red Lobster, and because my favorite food there is definitely some kind of seafood, and so it's just fantastic, man. It's just something that I'm
it is
at the time, but it's always expensive, so I'm like, okay,
it
no.
is.
Sorry about that.
It is on both counts. Even down here, where you would think that seafood would be less expensive because we're surrounded by it, it's still expensive. So, what kind of music do you like? What's your favorite band?
So the type of music I like is literally anything, as long as it's not operatic, and it's only certain opera too, because there's some opera that I can stand, but some of it I just, after a while, I lose it. And I'm not a fan of country, but there's few country that I do like, and so it's kind of more or less that. I don't really listen to it a lot.
You feel like you're a Johnny Cash man.
Yeah, I'm cool with Johnny Cash. I listen to Johnny Cash, but there's some other ones that I can't stand, man. But
I feel that.
Reba McEntire. What you say like this?
So Raven asked you what your favorite food / restaurant was and what your favorite things to order.
That's what I said.
Oh. I'm sorry. I had to make an emergency visit to the restroom.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Okay, we have real quick. We have several people that just came in. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you now. Yes.
Okay, yay. Sorry. I didn't know you guys couldn't hear me before. So it looks like we've got Silver Threads and Seraphine and JPC, just plain creepy.
My Barty Poo's here.
And Bard. Well, I said that. The Midnight Bard. And did I miss anybody else?
Fearsome Hero.
Oh yeah,
Fearsome Hero, yeah.
How you doing?
Silver Thread.
And I don't know if y'all heard it, but a while ago, my Chris is here.
Yes.
Yeah, we heard
said that earlier. You're Chris.
My Chris.
Raven,
yours.
Raven, I'll treat both you and Viidith to Red Lobster because I love you both.
Red Lobster. My girlfriend Sarah makes the Red Lobster biscuits. You know the ones I'm talking about?
Yes.
She makes them from scratch. And because she is, I don't remember the celiac, she makes them gluten-free. And they taste just like those biscuits.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
You can't tell the difference. It's just
Cheddar
like,
Bay biscuits. Yes,
Yeah.
Raven. The Cheddar Bay biscuits.
but the Cheddar Bay are not gluten-free.
No.
What's your favorite thing to order at Red Lobster, Viidith?
Oh Lord. So
I wonder if there's a corn version of Cheddar Bay biscuits.
I would definitely say snow crab legs. It's just, oh my god, they're so good.
Nice. Mine's
was watching-
those jumbo coconut shrimp with the pina colada sauce. Those things are freaking amazing.
Oh, those are good too, yeah.
I was watching a thing on crabs the other day. Don't ask why. Okay, just
Why?
go with it. I was watching scary things in the ocean, and they were talking about crabs in particular. Okay, um, and they showed this spider crab. The legs on that thing could be 18 feet long.
Oh, the Japanese spider crab.
Uh-huh.
Oh
And
yeah,
I'm
that's
looking at that and
freaking
I'm
scary.
going,
I have the life
boil
or death
that up
question
and
for
get me
Vidith.
some butter.
Life and death question, Vidith. Rohan or Gondor?
Say that again.
Rohan or Gondor?
Oh God.
Lord of the Rings, dude. The two major like cities in there.
I'm trying to decide.
He's trying to decide. While he's deciding, Bob,
I'm gonna
no,
piss
a lot of
off
people
half
don't
the
have crabs.
What's that?
They're probably gonna piss off half the people here.
There's a lot of people in this chat with crabs.
Yes, he got it. He got it. Yes, Stefan, the floor is open for questions.
Yes,
So-
Marty Pill.
I mean, I guess I would say Rohan.
Okay,
You have a
you have passed.
Sorry, I thought that was
Full
really
reason.
funny.
I like horses.
Right? That's my reason too. Horse lords, man. Horse lords.
Yeah, like I said, all I could think was I saw those 18 feet legs, and I'm going, boil those up. I need some butter and garlic, and oh my God, I'm eating good tonight.
Right.
I mean, really, think about that leg is huge.
Just give me some beer battered fried cod and throw some lemon and vinegar over that some bitch, or we're golden.
Bard, is that who's
That's a
that
good one.
question to? Seraphine, who is that question to?
It's a good.
You think would be more So Bart asks, what do you think would be more terrifying? Being trapped at the bottom of the ocean or being trapped on a different planet?
Oh shit.
Now, see, in my head, that would be the same thing because we don't know that much about the ocean.
That too. So I guess I would say definitely on another planet. Because if I'm at the bottom of the ocean, at least there's a possibility I might drown and get it over with. As opposed to another planet, if the biome's catering enough, I could be alive and possibly starve to death as opposed to just drown. It's not sound fun.
Now what you guys
You
made
know,
me want to read C.S. Lewis's Space Trilogy.
They've got there are a few stories of people who have been in deep water facilities who have been trapped in impossible situations that have been written into horror. That's really, really cool. Given that it looks like, and I have to check this, I haven't fact checked it yet, so nobody kill me. It looks like they might have found mushrooms on Mars.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
If the pictures are accurate, I'm not sure if they are. Like I said, I haven't actually had time to fact check it. And given my former employer, I think I'd still like to be in the bottom of the ocean because I've seen enough of what's on other planets. Thank you.
Fair.
Matt's chats.
Welcome,
Hello,
Matt.
Matt.
Hey, little buddy.
Yeah.
So, Viidith. No, my turn. My turn.
I'm reading. Go.
Okay. Viidith, what exciting things do you have coming up in the near future?
Oh lord. So without saying too much, I have 3 different things.
Okay.
I have a song that I'm still working on. Technically I have 2. One of them is kind of a meme song. The other one's actually a serious one. Another one is I have a book that's coming out with a whole bunch of other narrators involved. That's gonna be, oh my god, it's gonna be a mess to edit, but it'll work out. I say book. It was written out, and it's gonna be posted on YouTube first. But and I don't know if I can talk about
Do you have a
If you're not sure,
secret
don't do it.
okay.
Don't.
Yeah.
Just, I don't want you to break any confidences if you aren't sure. I am sorry about my voice. I do not know what I got into.
So,
No, you're good.
so Fearsome asked you, Viidith, did you figure out the
I think I did, but just in case, I might uninstall and reinstall my Streamlabs just to be sure, because I know I've had issues with like the sounds for donations and followers and all that stuff, and so I wanted to get that fixed, and so I want her to be heard, and it's frustrating when it's not.
So what is the story behind this Because I have no idea what's going on here.
I was in a live stream, and the chat was going on, and she was in the chat, and she said something like, I can give you some samples if you want, because I was saying I want to change up some things for the sounds for my chat. And I was like, okay, go for it. Shit, I don't care. And so she sent me an email with a whole bunch of different rees, and
That's nice.
I picked one that I liked, and I put it through a levelator, and so now it'll work for the sound effects. And so I have it set up on my thing, but it's not sounding. It's not going through whenever I'm live. So I need to figure it out.
At least you got it set up, because I haven't even got it set up yet.
I'm gonna let Philly ask more questions here, but I have something important to say. If Matt's chat hasn't reached out to you for an interview and you guys don't already have one set up, you definitely need to set one up.
Oh, he has already, I believe.
All right, that was important, and I forgot. I almost forgot it, so I had to say it. All right, Philly, continue to grill our guest.
Okay. Nevermore collect. Go ahead.
I don't think she was saying anything to us.
Oh, okay. Which would you reasonably be able to escape from or not get eaten by? A gorilla, a grizzly bear, or a shark?
Grizzly bear.
You think?
Reasonably, either between a grizzly bear or a shark. Sharks aren't really hugely prone to attacking people.
Okay.
It's and I guess a grizzly bear is, have you heard that mantra that if it's the black bears, brown bears, and white bears, if it's black bear, then put up a fight. If it's brown, lay down. If it's white, say goodnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, grizzlies.
I can't remember who it was, but somebody was telling me you moved to Alaska, and that's what they tell you. Yeah, it's a brown, you fight. Black, lay down and play dead and hope it comes fast. White zebra.
That's why.
Now, see, I would say gorilla, because as long as you get down in a submissive pose. But that's just me.
I don't know about that.
I was gonna say real quick though. I would choose polar bear. Because if you're in Alaska and there's always snow on the ground, you just dress all in white and then you camouflage.
No. No.
You lay on the ground and you're camouflaged in. They can't see you. It's like
no. They can smell a seal through like 4 or 5 feet of pack ice. You think you're going to be able to hide under a few inches of snow?
See, I would say
blend in. They're going to be very confused. They're not going to be able to see me because I'm dressed all in white. So I'm going to blend in with the snow. So they're going to be like, I can smell them, but I can't see them. What's going on here?
And when you piss yourself?
I'm not going to piss myself. That
Yellow
would
snow? Okay.
That would ruin the plan.
It's getting silly.
I would say a shark, even though they're not prone to eating humans, what they are attracted to when we're in the water is if we're bleeding, number one, and number two, the motion that we make with our legs looks like smaller fish.
It didn't say what kind of shark.
It doesn't matter. This is in general. But all sharks have those serrated teeth, and I figured death would come really fast.
So we got 2 questions in the chat, Philly. If you
right, I know. Fearsome wants to know, or once she's excited to hear what you and Mad Chatter come up with. So
Oh,
if that's spilling the beans,
No, it's no, you're good. I think I've put it on Twitter publicly. We're making an Only Hands song.
That's what that's
that's
about.
what that is.
Yes.
Oh God. Oh
Nice.
God.
Is that the meme song though?
It's the meme. That's the meme song. Yes.
Okay,
The
everybody
spirit-
wants to know what you are holding in that thing.
It's a knife.
Which thing? Wait, there's
The blue
the
thing.
blade pictures.
The
Oh,
blue thing.
Oh,
I
that
don't
was
know how.
I
It's a
think that
knife.
was a vibrator actually.
See, that's what I said.
That's
Like
what I
a neck
thought, too.
massager.
I did it because I was like, okay, what's the most ridiculous thing that I can find right now?
All right. So
Depends on
Raven
your neck
asked
massager.
earlier. Raven asked earlier, and I want everybody in here to answer it because it's a fun question. If you had to choose a movie to view to a movie world to live the rest of your life in, what would it be?
Ooh.
I'm gonna
Oh,
go with Middle Earth because Middle Earth.
um,
I'll go
I
buy, like I guess purchase.
damn.
Also, also answer the other question too.
I guess I guess for it to be fun, I don't know. Limitless, because then there's the possibility you can have pills and quote unquote unlock the rest of your brain and
Nice.
become a super billionaire. I think that'd be really fun.
Yeah, but Raven wanted to know like what movie you would go like I guess go buy from the store.
Oh, James Bond films.
Nice.
Can't answer that.
Wrong. The correct answer is Detective Pikachu.
Oh Christ.
I've not seen it.
Wait, I'm confused. Did we?
PA wants all of us to answer if you had to choose a movie to live in for the rest of your life.
Okay, but
What
then he
would
said
it be,
to
and
buy
what would
for
you
the rest
buy?
Yeah. I don't know.
So-
Raven confused me. Raven said I had it right.
Are we living in it, or is that the only movie we get to watch?
We're gonna live in it.
Oh, okay. That's
Executive decision.
We went full send.
People confuse me. I'm at high altitudes. I have less oxygen up here.
And you're up
Yeah.
during the day.
You laugh. You go up to like over 7,000 feet and see how good your brain works. It's a real thing. You look it up.
I can't answer that question.
I'm thinking, and I know this sounds really silly, but I'm thinking something like Wally, where they take care of you. I want to be taken care of.
Good idea. That's a good point. You just sit
I'm
back and
torn between too many. I'm torn between too many movies and the movie franchises.
We're just gonna throw Mia in Hogwarts.
Right.
That wouldn't actually be one of them.
She's gonna be in House Slytherin.
But what happens when she ages out?
I don't know.
I mean, she's already, that's why I'm thinking like
I'm
Wally.
already 12,488 years old.
So earlier Bard wanted to know.
Person has the Wally pillow. Oh,
So earlier
and I don't
Bard.
care if you think Wally would suck.
So
It's
earlier,
my life.
right? So earlier Bard asked, are you a fan of comics, Viidith? And if so, Marvel or DC?
Okay, so admittedly, I really didn't read many comics as a kid. I was focused on other things. But if it was between Marvel or DC, I guess I would have to go with DC. I've stuck around with them for longer, and I was more up into DC than I was Marvel. I got into Marvel like when the not Andrew Garfield, the best Spider-Man of all time, the first Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire.
Spider-Man. That's when I first started getting into Marvel. So I guess it would be DC for me because I've been around them longer. It's kind of biased, but
Okay.
It makes
Real
sense.
quick. Okay, real quick. Hello, Miss Creepy Tales.
Hey,
And
Miss Creepy Town.
goodbye, just plain creepy.
Be safe, JPC.
Be
Have
safe.
good luck. Have
Have a
fun.
good evening
Howdy,
or
howdy,
day,
MCT.
whatever it is where you are.
Okay,
Bye,
so
Winford. You have a good one, buddy.
because you brought up the book, there are some actual stories, not just poetry, that you have written and put up on your YouTube.
Are you asking were there some?
I think I remember listening to some.
I think there was 2 of them.
Oh, damn it.
I think I can't remember. I know there was one that I did that my sister actually wrote for me, that I helped to edit, and I gave it to an editor, and they helped me with it, which was an astral projection story.
Mm.
I don't know if there's one that I solely wrote by myself, if I remember right. I've had works commissioned for me, but that's not the same thing.
No. Have you thought about writing something like that for your channel?
I myself am terrible at writing. If it's not poetry or free verse or anything like that, I'm terrible when it comes to actual like story building and crafting and that kind of stuff. That's my brother does that, but I can't do that.
Okay.
Real quick, back to the last question. Seraphine said that he would love to live in Avatar: The Last Airbender universe.
Yeah.
He said
I
that
have
would
to
be
ask
dope.
this.
Then
Yeah.
Seraphine, the movie or the books in the anime?
the anime and the books, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah,
I said
I'm
I said it'd
hoping.
be then I said it would be dope to live in in the world of Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
God, I wanna live-
another reason I'm torn is, well, for almost 10 years I played a Zabrak in a game, role playing. And I've also got a character that is a Vulcan / Romulan. And you see where I'm going here.
It's-
I've got a vampire, and I've got a werewolf, and I've got a ghost, and and some of these are my favorite. I mean, my very favorite character that I've got in my box is actually a vampire. So, picking somewhere to be solely of is hard for me.
Mia
like
Josie
saying,
has a question.
where is it? I don't. Do you have any pets that is? I think you do.
Yeah. So yes. So I used to have a snake a few years ago, but we ended up giving her a new home, and because she was getting too big, and it was just I couldn't take care of her as well as I was able to.
What
So
kind of snake was she?
She was a ball python. She was a spider trick ball,
Cool.
which is it's a really cool genome that they have. But
Oh, cool.
she looked beautiful. But I miss that snake sometimes. But I also have a dog. His name's Jinx, and he's a little shithead, but I love him. He's a little corgi. He's a fat little corgi, red healer mix.
I have a half corgi.
They're sweet animals. I love
They
those.
are.
But and I guess I have 3 other pseudo pets that I have share with my sister for it's a mutt lab mix and then 2 cats. One of them was actually one I posted the other day on Twitter, which he's a shithead because he scratches you for no reason. But they're sweet animals. They mostly.
Cool.
I just totally rambled about my pets. I'm sorry.
No, that's perfect. That's fine.
Cool.
What's a crazy true fact about you that nobody knows?
True fact. Okay, so not many people know this. It's not that nobody knows, but it's not many people know this. So me and my brothers, because my parents were trying to build a house for ourselves finally, because we've been bouncing from house to house, and we're trying to getting something that's going to be ours. And so we were out around the property where it was still half built and there was like 2x4s all over the ground and other stuff laying around or whatever. We were just around there when it snowed, and we were trying to sled to have some fun and kill time when my parents were like, okay, this goes here, all the boring adult stuff that we were doing. And this is back when I was about 14. And I went to slide down on the sled, and my brother hit me with a snowball, and I rolled off and slammed my scalp into a 2x4 that was hidden under the snow. And I cut my scalp open essentially from top to bottom and had to go to the ER, and I got 10 staples in it. It was a fun time. It was not many people know about it aside from like do up.
It sounds like a story I tell about my sister. We were delivering her fifth birthday invitation. One of her friends, they had a brick house, and they had a 2-car garage that was separated in the middle by a brick column. Right?
I can see where this is going.
And this column was surrounded by these big, huge planters with plants in it. So she runs up the door and she hands in the invitation. And, oh, this is great. We'll be there. Whatever. And we head back out. And I'm at this point, I'm getting tired of this because I have to walk her to every door. And I'm 3 years older than her, so I have to walk her to every door and back to the car because my mom's driving us around the neighborhood. And she starts skipping back to the car, and I'm like, watch where you're going. And of course, she doesn't listen to me because she's 4 years old. And the next thing I know, she's crying. And I went, what? And she says, I hit my head. And I'm like, what did you hit your head on? And she said, the column. And I'm like, how did you get to the column? There's nowhere through the pots. And I looked her over. I didn't see anything wrong with her. Nope, nothing, So we go to get in the van, and she's got on a white Mickey Mouse shirt. And she looked down to step up into the van. And as she does, a drop of blood hits her shirt.
Oh, Lord.
And I said, Mom, she's bleeding. That's exactly, just like that. Mom, she's bleeding. And my mom was around the car. And I don't think I've ever seen that woman move that fast in my life. Was around the car, lifting her head up, looking at her head. She still has the scar where she had about an inch long cut that was so deep you could see the bone in her head, in her forehead, where she had run into that brick column.
Jeez.
I still have no idea. She says it jumped out in front of her and hit her. Still to this day, she says that. I don't know how she could have gotten to it with all the pots around it.
So, Viidith, if you were about to die right now, what do you think your last words would be?
Fucking send it.
Hit send.
Well,
Okay.
myth.
As long as we're talking about dying. So you were a bad boy and you're on death row. And they come to find out you were very bad. They're coming to find out what you want for your last meal.
Oh, shit.
What did they tell you? What do you tell them?
My biscuit.
If it's like the last thing I'll ever eat.
Well, yeah, that's what a last meal is.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Shit, man. I guess I would say, chicken. Okay, chicken fajitas. I would think that would be pretty stellar. because I would be able to still taste it if I'm in the electric chair. Fantastic.
Cool.
What would you say that there are any myths that would revolve around you? Or could?
Yes. I guess myths. Do you mean like rumors, or do you mean myths like mythos of like, oh, this is the person's character? Both. Oh lord. So rumors. I'll keep the meme going for that one. I'll think of a different one. People have thought that people have tried to guess what I look like, and some of them are pretty close, but a lot of them are very far off. People think that I'm 6'4". They think that I have blue eyes. They think that I have long black hair. And those are not right. I'm a short man. It's just how it is, and it's fine. But there rumors of what I look like, and rumors of like, oh, you know, he started from this or started from that. People said I started copying some bigger other YouTubers, and that's how I got my start. Which I didn't even know they existed, because I didn't listen to many horror narrations when I started. But there were those kind of rumors about, you know, how I got my start and what I look like, and if I have any other siblings and all that stuff. And there was actually mythos that was made on my character from who wrote it? Oh shit, I don't remember who wrote it, but it was on Viidith22's channel that he made a origin story for Viidith22 back when I had one of my older icons, and it was just some gray-faced creature with black beady eyes, and it was just it was fun. It was really cool to get involved in that kind of mythos. I was like, that's really interesting, because it was a whole production put together. Like, I was like maybe 4 lines in it, but the rest of it he's like, okay, wait until you can listen to it. I'm like, okay, cool, that works. But it was fun.
Hulk just guesses you're 3'5". And also, Bard said for your last meal, order the never-ending pasta bowl. If it never ends, they can't execute you.
Oh, you're not wrong, dude.
That is a great idea.
Just thinking, imagine you're on death row, you order your last meal, you eat it, and then the day glitches like Groundhog's Day, and every day you're just eating your last meal.
I think I would never get tired of that, if it's that or death. Okay.
Going along on that, and I know you've put it off all this time, and I'm not pushing for it. Trust me. I'm one that's like, I'm never doing a face reveal. You're never going to see my face. Forget it. But do you think that you would ever even consider a real face reveal?
I've thought about it, and I don't see. I wouldn't be big on it. I would rather people enjoy my content based on the content, instead of if somebody somehow found me attractive and they're like, okay, this is what this guy looks like, or I'm here because of what this guy looks like. That's not the point. That's not why I want them there. I want them there because of what I'm doing. And I also want to be able to walk around the grocery store and not have somebody recognize me. That human interaction freaks me out. So
I just simp for that sultry voice of yours.
I think fearsome.
I'm with you on that.
Oh.
Is your Snapchat avatar based on how you really look?
It's almost spot on, actually. It's because I do wear a beanie all the time, and I wear a hoodie all the time, so I don't stick out in a crowd. And I wear mostly gray and stuff, but it's more or less how I look, yeah.
Of course you do. You're a rapper.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So, Viidith.
Yes.
You've been doing this for a little while now, and you've discovered things about yourself, good and bad things, right?
Definitely.
So, what is something maybe not so great about yourself that you've discovered that maybe you'd like to work on, or you've tried to work on, you just
Oh,
can't
what?
get past it.
So I
You're
guess I would
just
say, um, either I am, and I need to be able to fix this now because it's still a problem. Either I am somebody who I work myself to death, basically. I'll work and
Mhm.
work and work and have like a week and a half video upload, or I'm the type that would just after I hit that point, I just won't do anything. I'll lose all my motivation entirely, and it's just there's
right.
days that I just don't post anything.
You're like, oh, a week and a half. I can take a few days off. A week and
Yeah,
a half
it
later, shit.
spirals. Yeah, it spirals into like a into like 4 months. It's bad, and I need to be able to get that balance on it for for my sake and my sleep schedule's sake. But
4 days on, 4 days off.
yeah,
So
yeah.
leading on from that, have you found any way that motivates you when you get into that point?
So there's a few things. One of them I think of it as, or I'll wake up in the morning and I can do it whenever I'm still tired and foggy brain, so it's not really like pulling teeth and I don't have time to overthink everything. So I just get it done in first thing in the morning before I can do anything else. Another thing I do is that this is essentially the only means of income that I have, and so I keep thinking to myself, I'm like, do you want to pay rent this month? And then I'm like, okay, I have to do this because I want to be able to have a roof over my head, and that's a little more like um, I guess it sounds self-deprecating, but it's really not. It's just it's being realistic about it.
What
Right.
did I do? Reward yourself. You don't want to do a video. You go work, get your shit done. You're like, no, I deserve a snack, and then you go get then you just go to the store and you buy something tasty for yourself. It's like, this is what happens when I'm a good boy.
But see, for girls, it's like, okay, I get a pair of shoes. No, kidding.
Hell
No,
yeah.
no. I have actually used the when I finish this video, I can go eat the pint of ice cream that's in the refrigerator,
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
but I can't touch
I
it
used I
until
haven't
it's
eaten,
done.
I haven't eaten yet today. So once I'm done with this video, I can eat.
I've
And my
tried
body's
some
like, you're a
similar
dick.
stuff.
Oh, yes.
And the bad
Uh,
thing is, Julia and PA know that it has taken me 48 to 72 hours sometimes to finish the
Yeah. Just so you guys know, an hour has passed.
video.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So, don't we still have
shop.
merch shop? Yes. I was just looking for that. Don't we still have 30 minutes?
I'm trying to hold on for the next 30 minutes, but I've progressively started feeling worse.
Oh dear. Okay.
I'm gonna hang on as long as I can
Okay.
because I'm a trooper like that.
Good luck.
Well, if you need to duck out,
Nah, I'm good. But I just
Okay.
wanted to let you guys know
We've
that
also
way.
got his other question.
and,
PA's other
and
question.
if we need to, we can cut this short. If you want, we can go right to the big question at the end.
That's
First, as adoring public needs to know, what is your favorite color and animal? I require this answer.
oh Lord. My favorite color is green. And if
What
you want to get
shade?
technical, I guess if you want to be, I was gonna say if you get technical, I guess it would be how did I just go blank? I'm so dumb. Turquoise.
Oh,
Ooh.
pretty.
It's been
Turquoise
like,
is my birthstone.
hell yeah. It's been like my favorite since I was a kid. And I guess my favorite animal. So real life animal, I guess would probably be a cheetah. I think they're really cool and they're very
They're awesome.
fast. And I guess mythical animal, griffins are really awesome.
Yes.
Okay.
Centaurs are also really cool.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm a
Okay.
dragon boy, you know.
My head just went in 4 different places there.
Right. Okay. So, well, since PA doesn't feel good,
Sam or Dean?
Sam or Dean, yeah,
Oh Lord.
that's a tough one, right?
That's hard. Yeah, that's hard. Okay, so I guess if I was fighting for my life, it would be Dean. But if outside of that would be Sam. So 98% Sam. But I trust Dean more if I'm fighting for my life.
It would have to
Right?
be Dean, because he's a snarky smartass that likes pie and whiskey. I'm all about that life.
Okay.
Oh. On that note, pie or cake?
Cake. Because
Oh.
cheesecake.
You just
Right?
okay. You know, cheesecake. I almost consider cheesecake a pie because it's made in a pie shell. So
It's
I will
both.
I
It's
will
both.
give you this. You
It
will
can be-
not lose
it
a
can be
point because
either.
you said specifically
All right.
cheesecake.
It's
Right.
my favorite cake by far.
Oh, it's delicious, dude.
It is. Do you have anything prepared or anything that you could read for us?
I could see if I could find something.
That would be wonderful.
One of your old poems.
I could do
Or
that. Why
short
not?
story or whatever you'd care to read.
Is it bad that I'm suddenly thinking I need to log into DeviantArt and see if I can find his DeviantArt channel?
I'll say,
We
I'm
just
gonna have to find
need
it.
to-
Oh, it's an old
We need
icon.
to hear that voice in that narrator voice.
In case you guys all didn't hear it, I was in a collab on Miss Creepy Tales channel, and I became the walking cliche, Mia.
Uh-oh.
For reference, 33 female. I became the walking cliche. Finally, I finally did a story where it's like.
And granted, I giggle every time I hear the guys say that, but I giggle just as much when I hear the ladies do the same thing when they say, I'm a 34-year-old man. It's not so much that it's funny that it's a female or a male saying that they're the opposite gender. It's that the person telling the story feels they need to say it in that way.
We got,
Right. Why do we have to say our age?
I was gonna say we got a wild Maskino that just entered the chat.
Yay!
Yo.
I'm gonna
serving
I'm gonna
size
entice
of
it with
Flintstone gummies.
I'm gonna entice it in with Reese's Pieces. Maybe it'll come closer.
You know what I could go for? It's some like Greek what is it? Frozen yogurt froyo. Throw some gummy
Yeah.
worms and stuff in that. I don't know if my stomach
just
would
found out-
like it right now, but my taste buds would.
I just found out that one of the stores here in town's got heroes, and I'm going, I want some heroes.
Is it wrong that I might look up frozen yogurt places near me and see if there's any open?
No, not wrong.
My
You have a
stomach went out.
TCBY there?
I know the one gas station Sheets, they started carrying it, but they only have like strawberry and like vanilla. But
Because we don't have a TCBY here.
But I don't know if they've since with the virus, if they opened up all the goodies that you can throw on top of it.
Oh, speaking of which, on our way to when I'm trying to fill time while Viidith is looking for the story.
Yeah, I was gonna say whenever you find
No,
it,
I'm
just tell
ready.
it to shut up. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Sorry, I was just waiting on you guys.
All right, everybody in chat, shut up. Oh, you guys aren't talking. It's us.
So I guess this was the most recent one that I have had posted, and this was like I think 3 years ago or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was literally 4 years ago. Oh my god. It's called What's Inside. Burning up, slipping back perfectly into my skin, keeping the animal inside contained, careful, fed. Every little twitch, each off look, he's trying to come out, to claw at my regrets and pain, until I want to recede back inside my body. Dark, vain, power hungry, overconfident, no care in the world for others. Murder has never been so longed for. Heart pounding, jaw dropping, teeth tearing, eyes ravenous. The color is leaving the earth, layered over by the blood of the kill. Hold on. No stopping, Matthew. You wanted me to come out. You needed to say what it was like to have power, to be able to push back when you're stepped on. It feels good, doesn't it? No one will ever look at you. They're only people. Useless, careless, selfish, using up life, energy, resources. Just have a little taste. Let me loose before I tear you open and claw out of your twitching body myself. As bones crack, skin tears, and blood spills, slipping into this state like a glove, seeing an old friend once again, breaking through a bolted door just to see my children, to wish them good night. At least, that's what my hallucinations imply. Hands burning, eyes cold, the sky falls crimson, before the darkness surrounds me once again. And that's it.
Yay!
Yay!
Great job, dude.
Awesome.
I felt
Great job,
I was
man.
so fucking angsty. Jesus.
I apologize about my sipping there on my mug. I thought it was muted and it wasn't.
I didn't notice. You're fine.
Okay.
I didn't hear it either. I was too
Okay.
listening to him.
That was really good.
Thanks. Sorry if it was on this mic. I have my other mic, but I don't have it set up, so I just
Fine.
other mic.
Like you said, you
Okay,
know,
was anybody else leaning into their screen, like trying to get closer? Like
I was.
I was too. That was just wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for I guess suggesting it.
So, just a quick question, and this is the personal kind of question.
Okay.
I know you're working on a lot of stuff with other narrators and got your music and everything. And what is your stance at the moment on collabs?
At the moment, aside from the ones that I already have filled out, like this live stream, for example, right now I'm closed on collabs. I don't have time.
I'm still waiting to
That's
get
good.
Vidith to read to do the one that I asked him to do a couple months back.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
But take your
I'm
time,
just
dude. There's no rush.
putting it out there that one way or the other for you. That's
Yeah. Well, it's something as I thought of it as because I used to just love collabs and I used to do them all the time. I still love collabs, but it's now I'm trying to have a schedule set up and now I feel absolutely exhausted half the time if I get done with stuff and I'm just I'd rather have time to breathe than opposed to trying to make
yeah.
stories.
And this is one that I don't know if you suffer with it. I suffer with it because your channel has so many different types of content on it. As far as horror and everything else, you've got your poetry, you've got the horror stories that are not really Reddit true stories or no sleep stories.
It's not me.
And yeah, and it's not all the usual laissez-faire that you get from other narrators or the OG. I don't even know if you can call them that narrators. I don't like calling them that.
I understand.
Real quick, Matt, go ahead.
Do you sometimes feel like you're out of place?
Oh, all the time. There's not a day that goes by that I don't. I think it's because, well, first of all, my name is something that's completely non-existent. No one knows what a Viidith is, and it's just I kind of had to build from there and actually make something. But it's also I'm not doing the mainstream no sleeps or like the regular like Jeff the Killer stuff, creepypasta, or the let's not meet stuff, or God forbid the a true scary hiking in the woods at 3 a.m. story. I'm not doing the mainstream stuff, so I'm falling behind on it, and I'll see success here and there from other people, and they're doing huge numbers and they're doing really great, and they have like let's not meet stories, and I'm like, I refuse to do those, but it makes me feel a little out of place in doing that. But I mean, I guess if somehow this works for me and I'm still making my own lane in it, then I'll just stick with that.
So you can come sit next to me.
Yeah, and me, because I'm not doing the let's not meet or true scary stories either. I'm sticking to my lane, which is fictional stories, and they're not in the same lane as people. But Matt asked, and I'm gonna add on to his question. He's like, "What has kept your channel going through the growth of your channel and the rise in your popularity?" On top of that, I'm curious if there's, because I know you said you have some stuff. You usually have like a bunch of stories geared up, ready to go. Is there a story that you have ready to rock and roll that you've already read that you're super excited to drop?
Yes, I'm gonna have it posted tonight on my Patreon stuff, and tomorrow it's coming out. I have like 2 more pages of it left, and I can just chop it up and get it ready.
Nice.
I guess for what's kept me going through the growth of the channel, first of all, it was fun for the fun of it, and then after a while, when I hit like 1,000 or 2,000, I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna see if I can chase a dream and see what I can do with it. And now that I finally, like last month, for the first time ever, I actually paid for my rent and utilities with YouTube, and
Awesome,
so I don't have to.
Wow.
Thank God, because my other job fired me, so I'm glad it finally worked. And now that I have that, more or less, I'm trying to not lose it, and I'm trying to stay on it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It's been a wild ride, but it's been as well for Matt's chats. This has not been like some incredible explosion of growth. I've been around for about 8 years at this point. I've been around for a long time, so that's for a lot of other narrators as well. They've been around a long time, unless they get lucky.
Like Viidith has been around for longer than I've been around, and I've been subscribed to him for a while. But I've just now, like, and I'm ashamed to admit it because you're so good. But I've just started to sit down and like religiously listen to your stuff. Before I was just religiously listening to so many other people that I didn't have time. But now that I have a job that allows me to listen to creepypastas while I'm working, I'm like, yep, I'm gonna add more people onto that list of people I must watch.
It's so cool to me to have people hear that, like, yeah, I love listening to your stuff. I'm like, that's crazy to me, because I hate my own voice. Like, I know that's a thing for all narrators, but I'm like, how do you guys do it? Like,
yeah, I despise my own voice. I say all the time, dude, that I sound like a nasally little bitch that I want to punch in the face. But then people are like, you have a unique voice, and I'm like, yeah, it's a nasally little bitch voice that I want to punch in the face.
I don't have a problem with my voice. I think I'm the only person.
I mean, that's
like
a good
one of 5.
Like I said, I still think Filia and MTC, and 42 need to do a collab together because their voices are so much in that same range, and their styles are so together that I think it would be hard to tell which one was doing which.
We'd have to be playing sisters or something.
You know, Barty Poo, I was about to say that. Bart has said Bart is unusual because Bart, he loves the sound of his own voice. Also, Bart is unusual because Bart refers to himself in the third person, which I do as well, so that's why we get along so well.
Someone needs to write a story about 3 sisters for the 3 of us, and then we will do it.
That would be amazing.
So
that could I could incorporate that into the Medusa story that I'm already supposed to be writing for Mina.
Okay, did we announce the people that just came in?
No.
Timmy, Night Shift.
Be safe, Christine.
Yo, it's Timmy, dude. It's
okay.
Timmy.
Bye, Christine. Love you, honey. Be safe. She's getting ready to have dinner, I guarantee it. Enjoy dinner.
What's up? What's up, Night Shift?
Tim
Hey, Timmy, you sexy beast, you.
Christine Baker, what's up? Matt's chat asked something else, I think.
Yes, he said, how have you handled your rise in popularity? And hello, Winged Horse. That's the other one we missed.
Oh, what's up, Winged Horse? I guess nothing really changed. aside from just me trying to make videos more often, nothing's really changed. I'm still talking to the same people. I'm still around more or less. I've just gotten a lot more busy, and that's about it.
You found that posting more often has affected the numbers on your channel?
By far, yeah. It helps a lot with retention time and watch time, because now, like, if somebody doesn't like one video that you post the next day, they might like the next one, so it'll always go up in some way. Like, it's like throwing out a whole bunch of darts to a dartboard and see which one sticks to it, but one of them will stick.
Right.
It's helped a lot.
Okay, this is a mouthful. Viidith, question: Edgar Allan Poe, Stephen King, H.P. Lovecraft, Bram Stoker, Clyde Baker. Please rank them.
Oh shit. That's hard. So I guess I'll start. I guess at the top for me, at least, is Lovecraft. Lovecraft, Edgar Allan Poe, Stephen King, Brahms, and Barker. Jesus, I can't talk.
I
You
also
got it.
That's. I would say that's a pretty good ranking.
Was
It's
it
not my
was,
ranking, but that's good.
was it least to best or best to least? How were you ranking them?
Oh, that was best. That was best to least for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt, good night. Have a good night, Matt.
Good night, dude. Have a good one.
But all right, guys, I think we should wrap it up. We got about 6 minutes until it's closing time.
Closing time.
You don't have to go home,
I
but you
didn't do
can't
that.
stay here. I mean, unless you want to watch the stream over again, in which case, I guess
Right.
technically you can stay here.
Right? Yeah.
Well, yeah, you could watch it over again, or you could go and watch some of the other videos.
Other people that are.
streamed on the chat channel.
I saw
Or
the
you
joke
can
there.
go through and look at some of the links and that are listed in the description and watch their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely for anybody who's new and doesn't know who Viidith is, check this dude out. Show him some love.
Absolutely check out Viidith if you don't know who he is. He
Still-
has
I was
some
still-
Great.
I still remember the day I randomly came to one of your live streams, Viidith, and you're like, "Yeah, fuck it, PA Nightmares, you're a mod." I'm like, "Wait, what?"
I don't take it too seriously. It's all good. I'm just here.
It was nifty, and it meant something to me, so it made my day.
Hell yeah. That's awesome, man.
I remember it because I was having a shitty day, and it actually made my day. So
Hell yeah.
You know, sometimes it's just the little things, you know, that you do for a fan. We'll call them fans, you know. You'll do just one nice, kind little word or one nice little gesture, and then they'll follow you, and they'll get their friends to follow you, and you know that one little gesture can generate hundreds and hundreds of subs.
like the butterfly effect, but positive.
Literally,
positive.
literally, it is, and you never know what it's going to be, and it literally just boils down to just being nice, you know.
And even if you, and I've put this on some of my videos for you, I know, some of your videos that I've watched. Even if you make me cry, it's good.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
I'm glad I can my stuff that's put out can have that effect on people.
What is going on in chat? What is this re stuff? Knock it off.
Don't worry about it.
From earlier, whenever he said about how Fearsome Hero sent him the and now everybody started it, and now everybody's continuing with it. But I would like to thank all of you lovely people in the chat: Bard, Night Shift, at Raven, Fearsome, Timmy,
All of the children.
Cerise, Chris, even though she's not here, Matt, even though he left, you know,
CCG.
CC. I'm just scrolling up.
Fearsome
Mosquito for stopping
Hero,
by. That was awesome. Jersey,
242,
Was
MCT,
MCT,
JPC,
Yeah.
JPC.
The Balls
What?
official. Can't forget
ABC.
about
Fearsome
But
Hero.
all-
Did we get that?
Team,
Hair raising.
Hair raising.
Hair
Yeah, missed him.
raising,
But you all
Josie
are
Kitty.
phenomenal.
Night Shift, Wing.
But you
Everybody.
are all phenomenal. We love each one of you.
Oh,
it's
Boggs
always-
official. Did we get Boggs?
Yeah, I said Boggs.
Yes.
Okay.
But it always means so much to you guys come out and you hang out with us for an hour and a half, and when you could be spending your time elsewhere. Again, special thank you to Viidith for taking the time out of his busy schedule to hang out with us.
Yes.
It was a pleasure, my dude.
Yeah, thank you guys
It
for
was.
on. And it's fun.
Very
I
enjoyable.
this kind of stuff.
Shout out
Yes.
to our lady behind the scenes, 242, for keeping the stream running. Without her, this wouldn't happen because I have shit for internet.
Hell yeah.
Right?
If anything ever happened to her, I would steal her notes, which would be kind of hard because I'd have to drive to Canada. But
But again, guys, check out Viidith, check out Mia, check out Filia, check my channel out. Everybody in the chat, just everybody in the chat. If you haven't checked out their stuff, and there's a lot of narrators in here, check those
Right.
guys out.
And share the links. If you like what you hear, share the link. Tell your friends.
Good love, guys. Just
Yeah.
I think we say this enough here, and I do want to make it a point. This is an open platform for anybody who's hearing my voice right now. If you guys have something that you want to do, reach out to me, 42, Raven, Filia, CCG. Anybody you hear on here, you reach out to us, Mia. Just anybody, like seriously, if you have an idea that you want to do and you think you could, you can pull it off, reach out to us, and we will definitely try to help you set it up.
Your channel.
Yeah, especially
Right.
with your channel.
We don't do porn. We don't do porn on this channel.
No,
Hey,
don't-
hey,
don't
hey,
think-
hey,
Don't think
Hey.
that way.
speak for
Oh,
yourself.
you're right, Raven. You're right.
Okay.
Happy
I'll
early
take it
Mother's
back.
Day to all the mothers out there.
Yes.
It has
So-
to be YouTube approved. It can't
I won't-
be a Viidith late night.
Get me
Live stream.
yeah. But yes, I kind of block out Mother's Day because I lost my mom years back, but I always do like to say Happy Mother's Day to anybody who's in the chat.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day, Mia.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day,
Um,
Viidith.
Happy Mother's
Thank
Day.
you.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, though, and this is something I was taught when I was a kid. Every girl has the capability of being a mother, whether she becomes one or not.
But
And every man has the capability of being a father, whether he becomes one or not.
yeah. But all right, guys, we are signing off.
Yes.
As always, thank you for coming, guys. We love you.
Thank
Yes,
you again,
thank
Viidith.
you.
It was
Thank you,
very
Viidith.
enjoyable.
No problem, guys. Good luck. Have fun. Chat. Be safe. Wear your seatbelt. Be good people. All that stuff.
Anyways, it's fun.
Don't be Karens. I mean, entitled people.
And remember, once you join us, you'll be here. I don't know how that goes. Never
Once
mind.
You join the
If you join the collective, you will leave
You will
nevermore.
leave. Nevermore.